The concept I'm about to show you is so powerful that if you start applying it today, you are going to start seeing results today. And please do not use this for the wrong reasons. It will get you results if you do use it wrongly, but I trust that you are going to be a decent person and not use it to manipulate people. Hola and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Annabelle if you're just seeing me for the first time. And if you're a returning subscriber, hi, welcome back to the channel. How did you like last week's video? Let me know in the comment section. If you haven't checked it out, just tap this card over here. It's going to lead you straight up to the video. Now, without much further ado, today I'm going to be talking about how to get attention from whatever room you walk into while practicing the law of detachment. I'm going to start this video by reading a quote from Neville Goddard, which is, "Love is our birthright. Love is the fundamental necessity of our life. Do not go seeking for that which you are. Those who go seeking for love only make manifest their own lovelessness, and the loveless never find love. Only the loving find love, and they never have to seek for it." By Neville Goddard. If you listen to this quote, or if you read this quote alongside me, you would be able to grasp a certain concept, which is the fact that everything that you want is within you. The love that you want is within you. Now, if you go seeking for the love, what this means is you're just making manifest the fact that you do not have love within you. And like I said in my previous video, if you focus on the fact that you don't have love, that's what's going to keep coming up in your reality. Oh my gosh, I'm so loveless. What do you keep seeing in your 3D? Lovelessness. People do not show you love. Now, this ties into the law of detachment in so many ways, because simply put, detachment is understanding that this is what you want and also being okay in that space enough to let it go, enough to understand if this comes, I'm good. If this does not come, I'm still good, because everything I have is within me. I do not need to go chasing for that. It's already within me. I'm going to tell you a story that my mom always tells me every now and then. It was when she was like 15 years old, thereabout. And she and her elder sister, they would always go to their family uncle's house. This uncle had a girlfriend as at the time who was always coming to his place, cleaning, cooking, doing wife duties and all of that. So one day, my mom and her sister came to the house and they saw a new lady in the house. This lady happens to be the uncle's neighbor who had just moved into there. So according to the uncle, she's just trying to get acquainted to the compound and all of that. So whenever she was in the house, she would just chill in the living room watching TV, crossing her legs, completely unbothered, in this unbothered energy. And whenever she's in the house, the girlfriend, who also happened to be around, would just be fussing and fuming and getting angry. And this other lady knew that this was the girlfriend, obviously, but she was just so unbothered. And whenever the girlfriend would complain, the uncle would, she's just trying to get acquainted. She's not, it's nothing. She's just my neighbor, da 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 da. So the girlfriend went back to school because she was in school. And then after a couple of months, she came back only to see that the guy had moved out of the house. He had married that girl who was the neighbor, and she almost ran mad, according to my mother. What am I trying to say with this story? Have you noticed how when somebody is so unbothered, people tend to gravitate towards that person, because that person is not sending out chasing energy. That person is just in their own space. They understand that they have everything they need within them. So why should they chase you for attention? Why should they, try to appease you? It's existing in that mindset, in that mind frame. You are just a reflection of my reality, is just a reflection of what goes on inside here. So because I have that consciousness that people just naturally are attracted to me, it's just, you have no other option than to fall in line of what I'm projecting. Do you understand? So, and I read something from Bob Proctor. No, I didn't read it. I heard him. He was talking, one of his videos I was watching last week. He said the most interesting person is the most interested person, right? Now, I didn't really understand. It was not this coin size. Like, I've been practicing this for the longest, as far as I can remember, but it was never this coin size. Bob Proctor just put it into perspective for me, because I find that whenever I go out with somebody, right, they want to see me again. Even if I didn't go out with you, even if I'm just meeting you for the first time, you would want to see me again. Why? It's not because you know shit about me, it's not because I told you about my family, but it's because I happen to be so interested in you, and you just end up telling me things you've never told anybody, and before you know, you want to see me again. Why? You would say, oh, Anna is so interesting, but when they say that, I'm like, but in my head, I'm like, you don't know shit about me. It's because I was interested. That's why it seems like I am the most interesting person. And I've seen this happen time and time over again. Some of the dates I went that I recorded on my channel, they wanted to see me again. Do you understand? They all wanted to still see me again, and all of that. And even, not even just guys, like even females, I find that it applies to people. When you are, and then you're not doing it from a place of desperation. Oh, I just want to get this person to be in my life. If I don't get this person to be in my life, no other person. No, you're just doing it from a place of power. Like, I'm so powerful from where I sit that your presence or your absence from my life does not really move me. Like, when you have that mindset, people do not want to leave your life. Have you, when you just have that mindset, people do not want to leave your life. Have you not noticed that? Is that person, as a guy or as a female, is that person that you're not really interested in, that you're not paying so much attention to, who wants your attention? It's because it's not something that you're doing deliberately. You're just detached from them. You're not attached to them in any way. You don't crave their response. You don't crave their calls. You don't crave their messages. And they can sense that, and that's why they are in there chasing energy. It applies to both men and women. Do you understand? So now that is how you can harness the law of detachment. It's just knowing that you are centered. You are everything that you want is already inside of you. I don't need your validation. I already validate myself as a person. Whatever validation you think that you're giving me is just a confirmation of what's already inside of here. So where people get it wrong is that there is nothing inside of here. There is no type of love for myself inside of here. And now I am now chasing the love. So whatever bits and breadcrumbs somebody gives to me, I tend to now magnetize that and see it as something so big, because there is nothing in here. I don't give myself the attention. So if one scraggy looking dick gives me attention, I would feel like that's everything. Oh my gosh, if his attention goes away from me, I am going to die. So that's why I need to protect that attention that I'm getting from this dickhead. Or as a guy, you're like, oh, if Chidera doesn't pick my calls, there's no other girl that listens to me. That's why Chidera is going to still keep using you for a fool. Sorry to say, because she is saying that you do not have the thing called self-love, and that her absence in your life is so big of a deal. That's why she can play with your feelings the way she plays with it. But when you now coming to yourself and you now start like practicing the law of detachment, it's like you just have this understanding that things come and go, and you are like water, and you take the shape of whatever place that you find yourself in. Now when you stand in that place, right, When you finally realize your power as a human being and the fact that you have everything that you want inside of you, whatever is just here is just additional. It's not the main source. When you realize that people are naturally just going to be drawn to you, because they now want a bit of that. They now want, like, they're like, what's so special about you anyway? And then people now start disliking you because they cannot understand what's all of that special thing about you, and they want it for themselves, but they cannot get it for themselves. So that's where hatred now comes in. Do you understand? So if all of a sudden you find that people just start disliking you and all of that, or it's because you're now realizing your power. You as a human being, you have this great power inside of you. You have so much power inside of you, but you've just allowed the situation of your life just blind you, that so much so that you try to get the attention and the love and the everything from outside. Meanwhile, everything is inside of here. Everything. Do you know how powerful you are? Have you seen yourself? Have you looked at yourself from head to toe and realized that, fuck shit, this is who I... Have you seen yourself? Like, this is what I ask some of my friends, like, have you seen yourself? Have you listened to yourself? Like, people don't even know how lucky they are to have you in their lives. Do you know how lucky you are to have you? Do you know how lucky you are to be you? Like, fuck shit. So start treating yourself as, like, the way you've pedestalized people, put yourself on that pedestal. Start understanding that the absence or the presence of something or someone, the absence or the presence of that thing does not really take away from you, because when you start understanding that, you start having depth. You're no longer shallow. The things that you buy to accentuate your beauty or all of that, it doesn't really matter, because it's just like extra. The real source is the fact that you are so firmly within yourself, and that you know who you are, and you're detached. Now, might I also add that detachment does not mean, I'm just going to ignore people. I'm just going to feel like, I don't need you. I don't need you in my life. I don't need you in my life. I don't need you. I have myself. No, that's some petty thing. That's a very petty thing to do. All I'm saying is that the way to truly get the thing that you desire, the way to truly get the love that you want, the attention that you want, is to detach from it. Is to understand that I am good with or without this thing. Like, is understanding that this bottle of water, right? Is understanding that there's so many other bottles of water in my house, and if I don't have this one, another water will come up. Do you understand? Like, do not be attached to this. Do not be attached to people. Do not be attached to circumstances or situations, because if I don't have this one, another one will come. It's just understanding. It's just having that knowledge that there is abundance. The reason why you're so attached to things and to people is because somewhere in your mind you feel like if you let go of that thing, you can never find another one like it. And you will find another person like that. And even better, you will find another opportunity like that if you've tried that opportunity and it's not just for you. You will. So release your attachment to it. Your attachment is what is causing you so much pain and so much anguish. When you just sit for a moment and just imagine what life would be like if you don't have so much attachment to that thing. Like, what life would be like if you just wake up and realize that with or without this thing, I am good. I am so fucking good. Like, I am good. And with that being said, I have come to the end of my video. Now, one thing to take away is that the most interesting person in the room is the most interested person in the room. Now, I want to say something about that and how that ties into detachment. Is in the fact that, you know, when you go into somewhere and people are all just on their phones and everybody's pressing their phone because everybody's nervous and everybody doesn't know what to say to the next person, and those people are not interesting. But imagine you now decide to, you are, since you are practicing detachment, you're not attached to anybody, so you can move from one person to another person easily without feeling the need to hold on to that one person, right? So you go about being interested in other people, like genuinely finding out about other people, what makes them happy, and just listening to them. You find that because you're not so attached to them, you can leave them at any point. They now quickly want to get your number, they now quickly want to get into your space, but you're not holding on to them. You're just here. I'm just here for the good time. I'm just here to dance. I'm just here to enjoy myself. And with that being said, I've come to the end of today's video. How did you like today's video? Let me know in the comment section. I'd really love to read from you. And if you did like this video, do give me a thumbs up. It's going to help the YouTube algorithm push this information to people who also really need to hear this. And I trust that you will subscribe to this channel as well. I can't wait to see you on my next video. Toodles. Mwah.